Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Stollings. You know me here on YouTube as MarauderEX, and as always, I'm your host for Operation Recap. We take some of the stories from Rainfall.com, and I share them off here on YouTube, because that's what I do. It's my thing. It's my shtick. So, as always, I've got a couple of stories this week, so let's just jump into it and see what we've got news-wise. First off, Final Fantasy VII Remake combat will be different, but recognizable. And yeah, we kind of figured that this was an entire possibility with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. The specific quote is, "We are bringing dynamic changes to the Final Fantasy VII Remake, so we're hoping that you'll look forward to the additional information that we'll be able to release when the time comes." And of course, that being said, we want to clarify, we're not going to be changing it into a shooter or something like that. We are going to be bringing dramatic changes, but we want to make sure it's still recognizable. I remember hearing after this was announced, I could never really find a source for it, so I never really took too much stock in it, but it's something that I'm feeling more and more that it is a high possibility, is the Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be changed a lot in order to make it a complete remake, whereas people who want the traditional Final Fantasy VII experience will be able to pick up basically the PlayStation Network version. The PC port was put on PlayStation Network with, enhanced, polygonal sprites, but it's still the polygonal sprites, just, minor changes. That would have been for the classic, whereas this is going to be a kind of what I'm scared to say reimagining of Final Fantasy VII. I don't think it's going to be quite that bad, but I know that the changes that are going to be made to this game are going to alienate a lot of fans, because this is one of those games that I'm really surprised they said was going to happen anyway, because unless you make it a shot-for-shot remake with just modern graphics, it's gonna rub people the wrong way, and even that's gonna rub people the wrong way, because you can't please all the people all the time. So, but here's what they're gonna do with it. I don't know. I'm curious, what do you think? Do you want them to completely change it and just have like two versions of Final Fantasy VII, or do you want them just to do shot for shot? Like, let me know. I want to gauge people's reactions on this, because this is one of those things that's really going to be polarizing, really, really strongly. You're either going to love it or hate it, is the feeling I'm getting from this. So, the second story is Yooka-Laylee is going to be published by Team 17, and might also have a physical release because of it. So, Team 17, people who are famous for doing the Worms series, the ones where you have little tiny worms and you shoot bazookas at each other and blow up in comical fashions, they have stepped in as the publisher. They are going to be doing assistance in localization, marketing, and the business side of things. So that's actually really, really impressive, really exciting too, because Team 17 does some really fantastic work. So there is a lot of stuff going on with that I'm really, really excited about, because I don't remember a game that Team 17 has done recently that wasn't a Worms game. I know they have, but they fly so under the radar until they pick up something like this, like, yeah, we're doing this. Congratulations, we're still here. You forgot completely about us, didn't you? You did. So, the scheduled release for this is going to be October 2016 for the PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, and PC. So, I'm kind of excited. I like Banjo-Kazooie. I'm really excited about Yooka-Laylee. And the prospect of, all these Kickstarter projects getting physical releases when they just started off as, yeah, you're going to get digital. And, still, digital's better than nothing. But I love me some physical games, so I'm really excited that that's a possibility. Really looking forward to that. So, and the last story for the week is Dragon Quest news. Lots of Dragon Quest news. Let's see, Dragon Quest, going in number of Dragon Quest games. Dragon Quest X is coming to the PS4 and possibly the NX. It was originally, coming out for the Wii in 2012. It made its way to PC as well, and then, they said Wii U and 3DS, and it never made it out of Japan, because it's Dragon Quest X is the MMO. It is their Final Fantasy XI, but for the Dragon Quest series, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't do Dragon Quest XI as the MMO, but the Dragon Quest series was, farther behind, so it would take longer for them to catch up, I guess. Anyway, that's personal craziness. So it's entirely possible that this game is coming out on these other two platforms, which just shows just how successful it is still running at the moment. Whereas Final Fantasy XI has announced that they are going to be ending console support in favor of PC only come next year. So, Dragon Quest in Japan, really popular. Popular enough to get it expanded as opposed to contracted on multiple consoles. So, here's hoping that it finally sees a stateside release. I'd play me some Dragon Quest Online. It looks like it. I mean, looking at the little screenshot, little guy with the little happy little eyes with the shield. He looks like he'd be fun to play. So, and the news on Dragon Quest XI is going to be coming out on PS4 and 3DS. So, two Dragon Quest games got some information. One of them is a little older, just coming to new things, and Dragon Quest XI, PS4. Also, PS4 and 3DS seems like a very strange combination of consoles. You would figure if you're going to do it for a console and a handheld, you'd pick the same console and handheld. So it'd be like Wii U or NX and 3DS or PS4 and Vita. But it's a very interesting split. I suppose it just has to do with market share. PS4 has, more market share in Japan for consoles, and 3DS has more market share in Japan for handhelds. Neither market is actually doing really well because the mobile market is picked up considerably, so phones are really the big deal. So it's surprising. The whole thing just kind of, I look at it and it's like, this is interesting. So yeah, that's been the recap for this week. Like I said, some Dragon Quest news, ukulele, and Final Fantasy VII. Let me know your thoughts about any of these stories in the comment section below. I'm curious to what you think, what you may have heard. If you could find a source for that thing I mentioned on Final Fantasy VII, I would greatly appreciate that. Or if there's anything that I may have missed, just let me know, because accuracy is what we strive for. And in the meantime, go check out Rainfall for more news, reviews, editorials, and whatnot. We have a ton of stuff that's been going on. A lot of new series that have been started, like Gaming Crossroads, the King and Kong articles, which are all really, really fantastic stuff. So go check those out. And I'm still working on doing more wonderful stuff for you guys here on YouTube. So I will see you next week with another recap. Till then, later everyone.